Firstly, let's have a moment for this lighting. The sun is doing wonders and I'm feeling it. No makeup. Who needs makeup when you've got sunshine? Anyway, today I'm making my vision board and I thought I would show you my process. Vision boards, manifestation, I've done it for years. Haven't really documented it as much. Maybe some of my manifestation I have, but vision boarding not as much. So I thought I'd go through the process of how I do it. To start with, I go on Pinterest because we love Pinterest. I grew up in Tumblr era, so Tumblr and Pinterest were like the most aesthetic places to go. Instagram and the rest of it is great, but Pinterest will forever be in my heart for a place for those aesthetic photos. And I think especially when you're manifesting, there's so many bits that are just easier when you're looking on there for those aesthetic shots. Especially, I don't know, vision boarding isn't necessary for those grungy, half-hearted shots. I think you've got to go for the most aesthetic, the like prime goal setting images. So I go on there, I save a board for my vision board for the year, month, whatever that looks like, but I usually do the year, and I actually add to that board at different points in the year, because sometimes by halfway my goals are slightly different for the rest of the year. But I'm making a physical board this time. I don't think I did it last year. I usually do it, and it just makes such a difference having it physically laid out. So on there you can save images. So I save all the images, go to Canva, make a document, an A4 document that is blank, landscape, and add all my photos to cut them out. Key bit. To cut them out, because I think the more time you spend on the vision board, the more you're perfecting of what that image means and what the vision is, rather than just making it aesthetic digitally and then printing it out. I mean, you can do that. It's just my way of doing things is very scrapbooky. I love scrapbooking. I still have a travel scrapbook. I print all our photos from each trip and print them out. I keep tickets from if we go on a boat tour and I'll stick those in the book. I'm very nostalgic and like old school like that. So for this, I like to cut out the photos. I printed them out, and usually I use free prints because then it's the high quality like photos and you can cut them out. And card, which I thought I ordered A3, but I've ordered A4, but we're just going to make it work. And then sticking those images on there. Now, vision boarding is very unique. If images aren't your thing, you can use words. You can write it out in a book, or you can do it digitally if that works better for you. I try to put it in a place that I'm going to see it often, so I'm going to put it in the office because I'm trying to spend more time in there, and I have a really nice vibe when I go into the office. When I am picking pictures, something that I do pay note to is the different aspects of life. I think you can, of course, manifest one specific area. So for example, I'm very much manifesting at the minute a lot about my business and my career, but that's because I not long started my business and it's something that I want to succeed at and that success is what I obviously depict as success, but I'm trying to grow that, and that's something that I'm manifesting a lot of energy into. But that's not the only element of my life. It's not the only thing that's going to bring me happiness. It's not the only thing that I want to put my spiritual energy into. So I think it's important to make sure that you're looking at each aspect. So there's I think it's 5 different aspects that you have: business and career, personal relationships, which is not just you might be single, you might be married, but it's not just romantic relationships. It can be, I think it's family and personal relationships, because you have relationships with different people, the people you're surrounding yourself with, friends, family, obviously romantic, as well as, I guess, somewhat business relationships. Those the people that are closest to you, spending the most time with you. There's finances, because finances aren't always tied to business. Like, if you have student loans, that's not going to be tied to the amount that your business is earning or whatever. If you want to spend less on takeaways, if you want to be able to save for a house, like those sort of things under finance. Fourth one is self-development, so things that you want to improve in yourself. So that might be learning a language, it might be just getting fitter and healthier, I don't know. And the last one is health and fitness. So I said getting fitter, I guess it crosses both, but like, yeah, health and fitness might be, I want to be in the best shape of my life this year. I want to be able to run a marathon. Those goals look different. I don't personally. It's not one of my goals, but it's just things to keep in mind, so that then you're not just saving pretty pictures for the sake of it. Think about what you actually want. And the reason why I love this exercise or this activity is because I feel like, I'm gonna get really deep, I feel like, especially at the minute and the age that I'm at, I'm seeing a lot on feeds of people buying houses, people getting engaged, people getting married, people on kid number 1, kid number 2, pregnant, owning a business, not, being high up in the corporate ladder, going and traveling. Like, there's so many different paths that it can be a bit blurred, and it's hard to not follow the trends. So for example, I live in a very small town, and a lot of people here are quite traditional to some degree. There's a lot of people that have bought houses, and part of me was thinking, do I want to buy a house? But I wasn't asking that question. I was going, I really need to start saving to buy a house. I didn't ask myself whether I wanted that, whether that's on my life plan, like what's going on there. Same with like having kids. I'm like, should I start thinking about having kids? Is it normal to have kids at my age then? Like, am I late to the game? All of that stuff. It takes a minute to just distance yourself, have a moment, and look at what you want to achieve in your life, because it's your journey. It's not for anyone else. It's not for the algorithm. It's not for everything that you're seeing on other people's highlight reel. So I love doing this exercise because I start honing in on what I actually want to achieve. I've had it before where I look at all the pictures that I've saved and I'm like, oh, I haven't included this. That's interesting, because I was so like getting het up about something in my head, and it turns out it wasn't even something that I was actually wanting in my life. So just bear that in mind when you're doing your vision board, that it's about you, and sometimes it's nice doing it without scrolling on your feed, which is why I suggest Pinterest, because it's a lot of pretty pictures and you can kind of search what you want to achieve and put that picture with it, rather than the opposite where you're scrolling and you're trying to find stuff that might not be aligned to your goals. So I'm going to do my vision boarding with blackish on the background, because that's what I'm watching at the minute. It's nice and sunny and I should be outside, but we're not, so it's fine. Inside with the kittens. I also haven't had lunch, and it's basically dinner time, so I am gonna have some food soon too, so you'll see that, but I'm gonna start out by cutting out all of my images first. So I've cut all of them out a little. So I've cut them instead of being on the page, so that then they have like slight borders, but they're in collections. And then I'm going to start cutting them properly like this. And then I will put the card together and start placing them. So I thought I'd talk through some of the pictures, even though maybe I should do it after. No, we're gonna do it now. So I really want to grow my hair. So I have photos for long afro, like natural hair, because I feel like when my hair's been blow dried or straight, it is quite long. But I really want it to be natural, healthy, happy and healthy and long. There's a little running image. I don't want to be running, but like I want to be fit enough that I could, because I get out of breath really easily, and it's because I'm so unfit. So we're manifesting this little like effortless run vibes. Some of these are, so like I've got a work one. This is actually work with a notebook because I want to finish writing my book. I am halfway through and have been halfway through for so long. It's a fiction book. I'll probably do a video talking about it another time, but yeah, I want to be finishing it this year. Credit score just being really good. My body is healthy, my mind is creative, my soul is calm. I love that, so I'm adding that on. I've got quite a few with words actually. I've got manifestation ones, like it's already yours, with a nice sparkly glass, because we're not manifesting alcohol. A new era of me, and vitamins and like healthy vibes. It's your year. I've got creator stuff as well, just because I love creating content and I want to be doing it more for myself. I'm not going to go through all of these because these are quite personal and I want them to actually come true, but some are quite general, like literally showing you me getting fit, me writing more, having longer hair. Like I feel like they're things that people want to achieve anyway. Happier, healthier, relationship stuff. I've got money stuff in here, and a couple more business bits as well as travel. So yeah, there are like specific like manifestations that I'm going to be adding on to, like written, but I'm not going to share all of it. I just thought I would talk through some of the things that I'm putting on there. Okay, so you can see the sun's like half gone. I'm going to sit back because it's like golden. I've just stuck 2 pieces of card together, and I didn't realise how hard it was going to be with kittens to try and do this in the same room, but it's fine. It's fine, it's going fine. I'm going to place the images on this piece of card that's now 1 piece. I literally just sellotaped it together. I've literally trapped one of my hairs onto there, which is great. We'll just cover it with a photo. I was gonna like glue down some of the photos, but I think I'm going to do a mixture of glue and like clear tape. It's going to look very scrapbooky, but I'm all for it. I don't really care. So I'm going to place the images and see if this card is big enough, because I have so many photos that I printed out that I felt like it might need another piece of card stuck to this, but we're gonna see how we go anyway. I'm gonna do some rearranging because only a few pictures won't fit, and it's not enough to write another piece of card. There's like 4 photos that won't fit. So we're gonna find a way, we're gonna fit them all. And then I'm gonna stick them down. But I'm going to show you an overview, a real quick one, because again, it's personal. but to show you what my vision board looks like so you can see the style. Like I said, it's very scrapbooky. There's images overlapping other images, but the reason why I've done that is like blank space, and I think it looks nicer all like covered and not seeing that much white space of the actual card. That's just my personal style. I know people that like separate it out so it's like images, but this is what I do and I absolutely love it. I'm loving what it's looking like. I just want to make sure that I get in my last photos because they're already somewhat covered in other photos, but I just want them all. I want them all. I specifically chose them all, so I want them all on. So I'm going to stick it down, I'm going to put it up, and that will be me done with my vision board. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know if you've created your vision board already for the year. If you've not done it yet, it's not too late. Please do it like me and just treat it as spring, as the time to, with open eyes, go and do it. With the energy and the good vibes, it's better to do it when you're feeling really positive and optimistic, and just do it.